Before I retired, I spent a lot of time creating a personal monthly budget. I tracked my spending for a whole year to make sure it was accurate. I budgeted $3,400 in after-tax income for my retirement monthly spending. My house is paid off, my car is paid off, and I live very frugally. This makes a big difference. I use a basic personal budget spreadsheet. I'll put a link below in case you're interested. This is just a free one I found online. I made a video about my personal monthly retirement budget that I'll also link below. It shows how much I budgeted for each category. There were a lot of areas where I could spend less if I needed to. It's only been 3 months since I retired, but I wanted to see how close I came to my personal budget. I was pleasantly surprised. I knew I could spend less, but I always like to err on the side of caution. Fixed budget categories were right on, but variable expenses, I spent a lot less in these first 3 months than I planned. So the first section in my budget is housing. The fixed expenses are highlighted in green, but let's look at the variable ones. Those are highlighted in pink. Electricity averaged $75 a month. That will vary a lot depending on what time of year it is. I'm taking the amount spent for June, July, and August and dividing by 3 for all of these figures. Water and sewer averaged $280 a month. Yikes! Unfortunately, I have to use city water to water my lawn. There's no irrigation in my neighborhood, and it gets really hot here. My first few months of retirement were the hottest months of the year and the highest for my water bill. But that amount will go way down October through April. House maintenance or repairs averaged $63 a month. That came from paying my annual HVAC maintenance fee. It was $189 and I just divided by 3. Household supplies averaged $67 a month. This includes light bulbs, toilet paper, cleaners, anything like that. So in this first section, because of my huge water bills, I spent $60 more a month than I had budgeted. The next section of my budget is transportation. The fixed expenses were accurate, but let's look at the variable ones. Auto maintenance was $0 a month for the last 3 months. I'm not due for an oil change for a couple of months. Gasoline averaged $105 a month. When I was working, I didn't spend hardly anything on gas because I lived so close to the place that I worked. But now I'm going more places, taking road trips and visiting family out of town and things like that. But in this section, I still spent $95 less a month than I budgeted. Yay! The next section of my budget is insurance. The fixed expenses were accurate, but let's look at the variable ones. Right now, I'm counting health and dental insurance as variable, but they will become fixed in January. For health insurance, I was still covered through work through August 31st. I decided to go with Cobra for September through December. So I did send in my first payment in August for September premiums. That amount was $700. So health insurance averaged $233 a month. It's just that $700 divided by 3. The next 3 months in this category will be a lot higher. It'll be $700 a month. But starting in January, it'll go way down. I have a video about what I'm choosing for health insurance that I'll link below in case you're interested. For dental insurance, I decided to sign up through ACA in November for a January start. I'm looking at Delta Dental and it will be $38 a month. My next dental checkup appointment isn't until January. In July, I had a cleaning exam and x-rays. I take good care of my teeth, so I think I'm okay without dental insurance for 4 months. So in this section, I spent $17 less a month than budgeted. The next 3 months, however, will go way over with Cobra, but then it will level out in January. The next section of my budget is food. These expenses are all variable. I've mentioned before that groceries are one of my biggest expenses. I eat very healthy and healthy foods are just expensive. Food is just expensive. I use coupon apps on my phone and shop the sales. I have a video about coupon apps and how to save money on groceries that I'll link below. I had budgeted $550 a month for groceries. But since I've retired, I started making more foods from scratch. I also started spending more time using the coupon apps and looking for sales. So the grocery category has gone down a little bit. Every little bit helps. Groceries averaged $500 a month for the last 3 months. I'm hoping it'll go down even a little bit more than that. Dining out averaged $43 a month. I met friends out for dinner a couple of times. So in this section, I spent $57 less a month than I had budgeted. The next section of my budget is personal care. These are all variable expenses. Medical and dental averaged $80 a month. I had several doctor and dentist appointments in July and August, so this was all deductibles and co-pays. Hair and beauty averaged $37 a month. I had my hair cut and highlighted, and I bought some shampoo. Clothing averaged $9 a month. I rarely buy new clothes, but I did order some new t-shirts online. In this section, I spent $124 less per month than I had budgeted. The next section of my budget is entertainment. These expenses are all variable. Entertainment has been almost non-existent for me in the last few years when I was working so many hours. But now it's time for some fun. I went wine tasting with some friends, but I had a nice gift card, so that didn't cost me anything. I went to a baseball game, a concert, and a movie, and I took my grandkids out for ice cream. For traveling, most of the traveling I did was to see family out of town, so most of that expense is in the gasoline category. I took one trip out of town where I stayed in a hotel, and that was $300. So for travel, it averaged $100 a month. For this section, I spent $389 less per month than I budgeted. But I'm expecting to do a lot more traveling soon, so this section will probably go up. The next section of my budget is gifts and donations. These are all variable expenses. I bought some baby clothes for my new grandbaby, and I bought some 4th of July stuff for my grandkids. I bought birthday presents for my oldest granddaughter and also for a friend. So gifts average $35 a month. That fluctuates a lot depending on the month. Christmas time, I spend a lot more in this category. Donations just averaged $10 a month for the last 3 months. I had United Way taken out of my paycheck. That amount should go up once I get my finances all figured out. I'm also looking into volunteering at my local food pantry. I'm kind of excited about that. So in this section, I spent $405 less a month than budgeted. But this section will increase a lot in the next few months when I start Christmas shopping. So my average monthly spending for my first 3 months of retirement was $2,257. I came in $1,127 under budget. This is great, but other months will have much different expenses. I'll probably travel more, and Christmas shopping will be in the next few months. I'll make another video like this in December, and we'll see how it looks then. I have a prediction that spending will be a lot higher. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie, and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like, and if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Treat everyone with kindness, not because they are nice, but because you are. Hope to see you again soon.